What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is Agree to Disagree. Eagles season predictions. And the Eagles have the best offense in the NFL. We're going to talk about it. Let's go.
Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgado, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Agree to Disagree, only on A2D Radio. Every Sunday, we are brought to you by our doc, Make Them Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. They accept most major insurances. No Uncle Sweeps tonight. No Uncle Greg. That's Brian Wilson. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there, welcome in. We'll do Crumb of the Week at the end of the show. Phillies finished the road trip off strong. Bats come alive. 18 hits, 16 hits. Followed up with 16 hits today. So, some positive things to come home with. So we'll talk about Phillies later on the show. Eagles season predictions. I just gave out my season total on Wednesday, but I'll give it back out with Uncle Will's tonight, and we'll see if we can find a loss. And Eagles' best offense in the NFL ties into our poll question. You can vote on it. After acquiring Dotson, the Eagles have the best offense in the NFL. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, that's where we're live. And everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. So hit the like, hit the subscribe. Join the conversation tonight. Let us know. So I'll tell you this. Before they even signed or traded for him, I was, I believe this was the best offense in football. I mean, look at your skill position players. Look at your two guys on the outside. And then look what you were able to acquire at the running back position, which is the big thing, right? Now, going and cement yourself that third wide receiver and a guy who's only 24 years old and can play the slot, can play outside, and you can get these guys moving around a little bit. I mean, they better be. They better be, Wills. Like, anybody who disagrees with this, I don't understand who's better.
Weird trade by Washington, wasn't it?
Well, Washington's a weird organization.
I totally agree. I'm just saying it's a strange trade of a guy that was a first-round pick a couple of years ago. You don't really get a whole lot back. I don't know. Very strange. I mean, I don't dislike Dotson. I think it's a good move for us. I just think it's a weird trade by Washington.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it that side. Me and Tony talked about that on Thursday a little bit too. Is there concern for it? And that was my thing. Like, no, because it's Washington, right? And no, because who knows? Who knows why they're moving on, right? You can try to dive into that all night. But in terms of this offense, when you look at this offensive line, it's still intact in a big way. I know losing Jason Kelsey's never easy. But when you have a guy like Cam Jurgens, who you drafted in the second round, to be that replacement, and he sat there and he's waited for his turn. Well, now it's his turn. So I expect Cam Jurgens to have a good year. When you talk about Becton, a guy you went out and, it was a former first-round pick. You get him in Stoutland U. Right, Wills? And now he's got an opportunity to start a right guard for you. The biggest key of this whole offensive line, and it always is Lane Johnson. Our record when Lane Johnson's healthy is ridiculous. Okay?
Yeah.
That gets him to Canton right there. All right? Right there gets him to Canton. All these things being said, the only question mark I have is Dallas Goedert. How long does it take for him to get hurt? Right? That's the only question mark on this offense. Now, do I have some concern about Jalen turning the football over like he did the end of last year? Of course I do. But with all these skill position players, if this is not the best offense in the NFL, somebody failed. And somebody failed in a big-time way. Because you can't look at these skill position players and tell me who has better. Who out there is better from the quarterback on to the wide receivers and to the running back. And they can say that they have a top 10 to 5 offensive line in football. How many teams can say that, Brian Wilson? Because not many can. The Philadelphia Eagles absolutely can.
Niners can.
Okay. But I said how many?
There's not many. There's not many.
You can't count them on one hand.
There's not many.
You can't count them on one hand this deep in this town. And so they better be. So
People are going to be mad at me.
Well, let them be mad. It's a great
radio. I disagree to the poll. They got to show me. I agree that on paper, yes, we should be great. But the end of the year, I saw a bad taste in my mouth from the end of the year last year. I understand that we brought in new coordinators. I think it might take a little time for us to click with the new coordinators, honestly. But I'm hoping, obviously, I'm hoping that we are the opposite of last year. Like maybe we don't play our best football early, but we play our best football late, as opposed to last year where we played our best football early and then we were a disaster late. I don't want that to happen again. They got to show me. There was too much. Like I understand. I love Saquon signing if he's healthy, which he's healthy right now. But are they going to give him the ball? I don't know. We didn't run the ball nearly enough last year. We ran it effectively. We just didn't run it enough. Too many bad play calls last year. Too many wide receiver screens. Too many Jalen turnovers. All that stuff could happen again. I don't know. I am. I feel like there's a lot of people are a lot higher on the Eagles than I am currently, and I'm usually a guy that's pretty high. That's not me, right? Okay.
No, it's me,
I
bro.
usually a
You're
guy
good.
that's pretty high on the Eagles, so maybe I'm a little different than normal, but I still think that we have the ability, I'll say, to be a top 3 offense easy in the league. I just want to see how we're going to go about it this year. I'm very curious to see how Kellen integrates the play calling and Jalen's obviously his strengths and try to eliminate his weaknesses and then get the ball to our skill players because like you said we have dynamic skill players. We do. So yeah, I mean I'm excited for the NFL to start. I'm excited to get the season underway. I hate that we play it on Friday nights, stupid as shit. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. I just don't know. I'm not as high off the rip as some of the other people are
All
around
right.
here. So I'm
All
gonna
right.
say no, but it's we're there. It's a toss up on paper.
Where do you have us on paper?
Top 5. Top 3, maybe. We'll say top 3 in the NFC. How's that work?
Who else besides the Niners are you putting over?
I mean, Cowboys aren't bad. That might be it. I don't know. I'd have to see. I feel like there's other teams that have maybe
The
not the
Lions?
established weapons that we have. I like the Lions a lot, but I would probably put us above the Lions.
No, so you're not crazy off right now for me to yell and scream at you.
I'm not crazy off. They got to show me. That's all.
You can't have Dallas ahead of them offensively.
I mean, I could make the argument.
But you can't. Like if you're going to give me San
Could.
Francisco,
I
I'll
could.
sit here. If you're going to give me San Francisco, I'll sit here and I'll let you spew it out. All right? But I don't believe they're better offensively. Now we'll see what it turns out to be. I know obviously we know about Shanahan and how good he is at his play calling and the things he does there, right? So I get that like argument with the Niners. Ayuk might not even play there. We don't even know what's going on with him.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him, but
Well,
I mean,
CD might
it
not,
would be close. It would be close.
CD might, see, we got CD issues in Dallas, so we got 2 of the star wide receivers, and both of those places having some issues coming into the year, right? That doesn't. I don't care. It's just paper, and we haven't seen the Eagles yet. That doesn't bode well when I'm trying to rank this out before the season starts. You know what I mean? I can only go off with like what I'm seeing going in. We got everybody locked up. Everybody's happy. And I think this is a big year for Jalen Hurts. And I would hope that he understands
it is a big year. It is a big year for Jalen Hurts. I'm expecting him to have a big year, but it's a big year just for him moving forward. Like if he doesn't have a big year, it could be tough. People might be down on him because, like you said, everything's in place for him to have a big year. I think it's fair to say that if he does not have a big year, it's going to be a lot of it's going to be on him probably.
Oh, absolutely. But I'll say this. You talked about the run game, earlier on in like sort of your argument against
I just want to see us utilize it.
No. Fair enough. But I'm saying is like we have a new offense coordinator. He's calling the plays. So I trust in that happening way more than if this was Nick's show and Nick brought in his own guy, right? Like Howie went in and brought in Kellen Moore. It's not like Nick went out and brought in Kellen Moore per se. That was done upstairs, right? We know that. So that makes me feel a little bit better.
What does Nick do exactly?
He just oversees. You know what I mean? He's just overseeing.
So if we start 2-3, is he overseeing his way out the door?
I don't know if that's happening. I can't answer that one. Are we even bringing that up right now?
I'm just saying. I feel like that Nick is kind of on the outs. That's what it seems like to me. Everyone's been a lot of talk about how him and Jalen didn't get along last year. You know, he got a new D coordinator that's running the defense. Got a new offensive coordinator that's running the offense. What's Nick really doing? He's not really a rah-rah, pump-you-up guy. He's just there. He's just hanging out in Haddonfield.
Yeah, I don't know. We can get into that.
I don't know either. I mean, hopefully he has a great year and nothing like that happens. I'm saying if we start bad, that might be the move that they make. But I do agree with Josh that this is a huge year for Hurts.
I don't know if they're going to go fire Nick like if they start off bad.
I think it would be It would be the sensible move.
Well, so if you start out, if you start out 0-4, yeah. But if you start out 2-3,
yeah, I mean, yeah, 2-3,
like,
2-4.
I don't know if you're firing somebody like 2-3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, 1-3.
It depends how it depends how it looks. It depends how it looks.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
But I don't want.
If you look at the schedule early on here, I think we have an early bye, right? Like week 5 or something. I think we only play like 4 games before the bye, so it's kind of a weird. I mean, we could easily start 4-0. I feel like, but we also could be 2-2. Like that. The first game's a weird game. Green Bay's tough. It's in Brazil. Like strange. Anything can happen in that game. It's a weird one. And then after that, I think we have winnable games.
Yeah, it's Falcons, Saints, Bucks.
I feel like we always play like shit against the Bucks. Falcons are. I mean, we don't really know what to expect from the Falcons. I would assume that they're going to be pretty tough this year offensively. Maybe not that tough defensively, but they've been making a bunch of moves. They look like they're going for it. Obviously, Captain Kirk down there. And then I think the Saints are going to be much improved from last year. A full offseason with Derek Carr, healthy. I don't know. I think that it might be a tough start to the year for us, honestly. I don't want it to be, but it might be.
Yeah, a lot of negativity coming from over there tonight.
I'm just keeping it real.
Well, keeping it real.
Keeping it real goes wrong.
I mean, you're talking about these teams that have upgraded in the offseason and, they're tougher. And it's like, well, what are we?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the whole thing.
No, I don't know why you don't know. Like, I don't know how you don't.
What? We should be good offensively, but if you don't remember, because I fucking remember the end of the year last year, we couldn't stop a nosebleed. We couldn't stop anybody. Have we gotten that much better? We're young we're young on the outside on the defense. Are we better at linebacker? I mean, I don't know. If Devin White can play like he used to be able to play, then yes, we should be. If what's it called, healthy, we haven't really seen him healthy. The kid from Georgia, can't think of his name right now for some reason.
Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. Which one?
Davis, linebacker.
Dean. Yeah,
Dean. Nakobe. So, I mean, I think Nakobe could be in a position where it's like a takeoff year for him, but he needs to be healthy, obviously, for that to happen. And then on the D line, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure that we got better on the D line. Now, obviously, it would be really cool if Hassan found his way back. I mean, that'd be awesome. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I know there's a lot of shit going on in the Jets. But I'm not sure. We need the young guys that we've drafted the last couple of years to show up and play well this year. That's what we need.
No, it's a big year for those guys. I think linebacker is greatly improved from what it was a year ago.
I mean, anything would be almost.
I think the secondary is greatly improved from what it was a year ago.
Definitely some young talent. We'll say that.
And then bring Gardner Johnson back's a big one. Right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's a big one. So, I mean, they're better. Up front is my biggest question mark with this football team on the defense side of the football. So,
will you get to the quarterback enough?
Yeah, what's year 2 Jalen Carter look like? What's year 3 Jordan Davis look like? What's Nolan Smith look like in year 2? Right. And then I think we know like Bryce Huff is a pass rush specialist.
Yeah.
He'll get after the quarterback. Josh Sweat. I'm not a big Josh Sweat guy. He's fine. I don't think he does a good job.
I don't hate him. I don't love him.
I don't think he does a great job in the run game. I will say going to the 3-4, definitely, and then puts, Milton Williams on the field a lot more too. So, your 3 down guys are obviously Davis as a nose tackle, which I like a lot more than I would in the 4-3. Obviously, technique. I like him a lot more over the center.
I think taking up blocks.
Yeah, I think that this favors his game, right? If you're going to favor his game would be a nose tackle. That's what he's built to do. Not saying he's not okay over in the other gaps. I'm not saying that. But I think you'll see a way bigger impact from him at the nose tackle. So now you allow Jalen Carter and Milton Williams, who I both think have high upside as D tackles with the ability to get after the quarterback. So, I think your interior has the ability to collapse some things, which I hope allows guys on the outside maybe to get home a little bit more, etc. I mean, my biggest concern would be our run game on the perimeter. I think Devin White really helps that. I think a healthy Nakobe Dean would really help that. But Devin White alone helps that. I'm not saying that we got like Mike Singletary. I'm just saying that we got a proven
when healthy,
linebacker.
He's been a very good player.
This is an all-pro guy. This is a guy who was picked in the first round for a reason. This isn't by accident. I mean, this guy's 26 years old. I think we're and on a one-year deal, Wilson. You know how I feel about one-year deals.
Yeah, prove it deal. Little prove it deal.
There's a lot of prove it stuff here, and I really like how this shaped out. Listen, be the first guy to come on here, and I will roast Howie Roseman. But I will not do it after this offseason. I'll roast him about the quarterback then if he's not good enough. But, I'm not going to do it with everything else because I thought he had a great offseason. And to go Monday morning quarterback, if it doesn't pan out that way, it won't be on him to me. It won't be. I'm giving him the biggest out of his career because how can I argue his offseason? How can I argue his draft? How can I argue anything Howie Roseman has done to put this team on paper on what it looks like going into the 24-25 season? How can anybody?
I'm right with you on that. Honestly.
You can't Monday morning. I'm saying this, and I'm the biggest guy that will come hammer him in when it's time to. This year, you will not have it happen for me, unless it's about Jalen and paying too soon, like we had that conversation, right? But I want to believe in Jalen. I want to believe
you almost kind of had to now because if you waited, then you would have to pay him so much,
or you wouldn't have to pay him a lot at all. You know what I mean? Either or. But
he could be. But then you're playing the whole holdout. He's pissed off game. That's not going to get the most out of him. So it's looking back, obviously, if he doesn't play well this year, then you can say maybe it was too early. Tom?
Yeah.
But as of currently, it's probably not a bad move because everything. You look at the top 5 quarterbacks getting paid. None of them have won anything in the playoffs, and they're all getting paid more money than Jalen, more money than Mahomes.
Which is great.
They're all getting paid a ridiculous amount.
Which is great. What up, Mark? Says love HED. Tommy Lucas in the house.
What up, Mark?
One of us Audubon guys. What up,
Tommy?
And then Mark.
Yeah, I think everyone should be excited. I know. Listen, Tom can say he can. Tom has hammered some Howie Roseman in the past, but Tom is. I don't think Tom's has under 11 wins in a decade going into a season. So it's not like that Tom's coming on here thinking that we might be bad ever. But that's just facts, Tommy. I'm usually in the same boat. We're usually kumbaya. We're usually around the campfire.
We haven't been this good, though. We haven't been this good.
I don't know.
Care what roster. Name the roster. Name the goddamn. I will sit here and wait for this. You name the roster offensively. To go back to the poll question, you name the offense. You name the roster offensively that was this good.
Dream Team.
No, it wasn't though. It wasn't.
No, not technically. I would agree, but I feel like
you could do the Vic. You could do the Vic.
I would say
Shady,
that
Deshaun and Macklin. You could do that one. The Shady, Macklin, Deshaun, and Vic. You could rival, and you could rival 5 with those same 3 guys. You can rival them a little bit. Well,
with T.O., we were, but that was a long time ago.
I still don't think we're as good as this offense.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But I would say maybe more offensive firepower than we've ever had, or at least had in years.
What don't you know about that? You say you don't know about that. What don't you know about that?
I don't know about that.
The one guy had Todd Pinkson playing across from the other opposite of Terrell Owens.
And Terrell Owens is better than anybody on our team currently. Facts. I don't care what you say. You can try to tell me I'm wrong. That's not true.
No, AJ's close to him, but obviously T.O. gets the nod there.
No, I think he gets the nod by far.
Well, he gets a nod. I don't know.
Far,
little, doesn't matter. But
I think it's far.
They didn't have Devontae Smith on the other side.
I'll give you that. But I think Brian Westbrook's better than I would put him above Saquon at the moment. Gotta show me.
Yeah, not if he's healthy.
He's gotta show me.
Yeah, I understand. He's not better than me if he's healthy. not.
This old school A2D, in case anybody hasn't been around for a long time. I knew tonight coming in that me and Tom were going to battle on this. I knew it. And I'm fine with it. I'm just saying, show me. I think that we have a shot to be a great team. We do. But I'm not there. And I think there's way more question marks on the defensive side than most people are saying, I'll say.
Well, tell me where.
I already told you. I'm not sure the defensive line is good enough. I'm not sure the linebackers are good enough. We're very young in the secondary. We're counting on Darius Slay to be good still, which I'm not sure that he is. Gardner Johnson's a good move. I'm not sure who else is going to play safety. I don't know. I just think that we might be just mediocre on defense. And if we don't get to the quarterback, we might not be that. I do like Fangio. I think Fangio has a history of being a very good D coordinator, getting the most out of his guys. So I like that. Hopefully that's the case. We'll see. I'm a little nervous that Bryce Huff is maybe not great. I know he's
wow. I mean, you are so scared that you need like 5 dogs around you right now, like 5 big ones.
I don't
like
even own any dogs.
Like you need to go buy a couple. You need to go to
I know. I'm fine.
Guy needs to rescue some. He needs to do something.
I'm definitely not rescuing any.
Yeah, go Isaiah Rodgers, way better than obviously what we had last year.
Is he?
He's not. Well, he's not. Like we're doing this like he's not.
I think it's hard to play corner in this league if you don't get fucking pressure. I don't really care. I don't care who the hell is out there. Doesn't matter who's out there. You get Darrelle Revis out there. Doesn't matter. If you're not getting pressure, you're going to get picked apart. It's how this league, it's made to be able to throw the ball. Wilson don't need nothing, okay? Wilson needs nothing.
Needs a ghost guard.
Wilson needs nothing.
All right, how many wins do you have, Matt, then?
11.
Yeah, I'm 13-4.
I mean, 11-6 is a good record.
Yeah, so it's 13-4. That's where they should be.
Yeah, I would think it's better. Yeah.
I would say 11-6 isn't good enough.
Okay.
No, that's just my opinion. I think 11-6 isn't good enough.
What did we go last year? 10-7?
This is a Super Bowl or bust type situation.
Did we go 11-6 last year?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Block it out. It out.
Well, I know we lost a bunch of games late. We ended up. We didn't even win the division, right? We were winning the division all year, ended up losing it. Correct. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, can we win the division? That should be the number one question. Can we win the division? I think we should. I think that we should be the favorite on paper. But on paper don't mean nothing. I'm not sure that I don't think that I almost called them the Redskins. I don't think that the Commanders are going to be that good. Obviously, rookie quarterback. I think this is more of like a get him indoctrinated into the NFL type of year for them. The Giants, as long as Daniel Jones there, they're just not going to be good. So it's basically a 2-horse race, I would say, for the division. But the Cowboys aren't going to be bad. Cowboys will be good. Deron Bland hurts them.
They'll be okay.
For sure.
They'll be like they are every regular season. They'll be good.
Yeah, they'll be good.
They'll take a game from us down there, like they always do. 13-4. I mean, I just don't understand why you're even like contemplating this division. Like you are worried, and to sit here right now, August 25th, with this offense, and even with the upgrades they've done defensively, and to sit here and be nervous about Dallas Cowboys, or to not think that this isn't the best team in the NFC, we're letting them off the hook already. We're setting. Set up the excuse already. Set it up already.
Straight face, tell me that we're the best team in the NFC. We're not.
We should be.
We're not.
We should be.
The fucking San Francisco 49ers are better.
We should be better than that.
But we're not.
But we should be. This year,
but we're not.
Better.
But we're not.
We should be. And
they have a better defense. They have a better coach. They have a better running back.
A better coach.
Yeah, they have 1,000% of a better coach. And I'm not even the biggest Shanahan guy, but they got a way better coach. I mean, listen, until we beat them, with when they have a quarterback playing, they kind of own us. They shit on our fucking throats last year.
One time.
Deebo Samuel's still running.
One time, Wells. I mean, you're really overreacting to the Niners now.
I don't think I am.
this guy wants to live in San Fran. You know,
I don't want to live in San Fran at all. I'm just being honest. The San Francisco 49ers are better than us right now. Going into the season, we'll see what happens when we get, through the season into the playoffs. But right now, I would say that they get the nod as the best team in the NFC.
Listen, it's not about what you're giving the nod to. What I'm saying to you is that this is NFC title game / Super Bowl or bust. That's what I'm saying to you. So if we're going and then coming here, hold on. Okay, then like I said, some people out there.
I don't think it is Super Bowl or bust. I want to win the division. That's where I'm at. Can we win the division? We didn't win the division last year.
So we put a roster together like this 2 years after being removed from being in a Super Bowl with a lead, and you're going to already have to build in. Well, I didn't think they were good enough from the beginning. That's going. No. I know what this is. I know what this is. Psychologically, what you're doing to yourself here is that you're allowing the easy fall. You're tired of coming on and not being able to find the loss in the schedule. And now what you're going to do is you're going to a little landing. You put a little bed underneath you, a little mattress.
I just think I'm being correct.
Big fella. No, you're being scared.
What does Vegas have us at? What's the over under?
11?
I bet it's 10. I bet it's 10 and a half.
Yeah, I don't care what they have.
It is.
I don't care. That doesn't faze me.
That's fine.
That doesn't faze me. I would load up.
I would. You're telling me that I'm more aligned with Vegas than you. I'm happy with that.
You act like I'm 17-0. I mean, I got 13 wins.
I mean, 13 wins is a lot of wins.
Okay. And it's a lot of money on the team, and it's a highly skilled roster.
When Green Bay drops 40 on us in Brazil, I just want to see what you're going to say. That's all.
Okay. What I'm going to say is I'm going to smoke guys. So what I'm going to say, you don't know me by now. You think I'm going to come on? It's my fault? No.
I know it won't be your fault.
No, it ain't. Definitely ain't my fault. I ain't playing. But what I will say is this is when the horns come out. All right, because this is when I'll start rolling guys right out of town one by one. So, right, and like I said, Howie gets the pass because I think this roster's loaded. And if you sit here and you don't think this roster's loaded, then we just haven't been watching football the same for the last 3 decades.
The offense is loaded, yeah.
You can't say the defense isn't good. You cannot sit here and say the defense isn't good. It's good.
I won't say.
You got to see how good
the end of the year last year wasn't good.
I understand, but it's brand new.
Is it?
Who is left standing? Wilson? Come on.
The majority of them.
The majority? Hassan Reddick checked out last year. All right. He's no longer here. All right. The entire secondary is reworked, essentially. It's reworked. Just what happened with Gardner Johnson.
It's a bunch of young guys and a dude that got suspended for the whole year last year.
And Gardner Johnson.
Yes, I like the Gardner Johnson move, but he'll be hurt, I'm sure. He's hurt all year last year. Hurt for half the year with us the year before. I mean, facts.
Martian's right. You just wrote the season off.
I'm not writing the season off. First off, all you motherfuckers, I swear to God, seriously, I'm not writing anything off. I'm just being real. I'm being a realist right now. I'm trying not to get too high. I've gotten too okay. Listen, no one loves getting higher than I do. Okay, but sometimes I try not to get a little too high. Okay, I've been too high on occasion. Right now, I'm trying to hone it in. I think we're going to win the NFC East. That's where I'm at. I think we're going to win the NFC East, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, if you ain't in an NFC title game, it's a failure.
I would agree that we should be there, but there's 5 teams in the NFC that are very good. And then there's always going to be a surprise team that's better than you think. But I think that the Lions are good. I think that we're good. I think that San Fran's good. I think that Dallas is good. And I think that Green Bay is good. And then we'll kind of see. I'm not really sure if anybody in the NFC South is good at all. They might all be like 8-7 or 9-8. The entire NFC South, except for the Panthers, which I do think the Panthers might show. Bryce Young might show a little something this year.
He back?
I'm not sure he's back, but
no. Are you on his train a little bit now?
I never was a big Bryce Young guy.
I wasn't like anti. I didn't realize like how tiny he really was until I started watching him in the pros, and I'm like, holy shit, he got smaller. Like he just got smaller.
I think that he's going to throw the ball better this year. I mean, obviously he can't play much worse than he did last year, and then the fact that how well C.J. Stroud played doesn't help him last year. But I don't know. I think Well, I'm curious to see how he plays this year because that division is wide open. Like if you told me that the Saints win the division, I'd say okay. You told me the Bucks win the division, I'd say okay. You told me the Falcons win the division, I'd say okay. I don't know. Anybody can win that division.
Bloodwolf says Hurts has looked really good during camp, although I've loved to see him in some actual action. How do we feel about?
Yeah, I don't. That does not. I won't dignify a response to that. I don't care how he looks in fucking training camp. For everyone out there.
He's saying he would like to see him.
Yes,
in real
I would
action.
love to see him in actual action. They don't do that anymore because everyone's afraid to play fucking football. But yeah, I don't know. To me, I love when they're like, "Oh, he looks great in practice." Yeah, I mean they set up the practice where no one touches the quarterback, and he just I can go out there and no one touches me. I can throw the ball around, and look pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it's up in the air. But
What,
I hear you.
that I could do that.
Yeah. You personally, but yeah,
I think I could. I mean, 10 years ago I could. Right now, at 40, maybe not. I might need a little more ice.
Yeah, I mean, I'll spin it around in camp too. But that being said, I don't care about that. I've always been a real action guy, but it doesn't take away from the fact that that's an important thing that he is taking care of the football in camp because it could be worse, right? So you can look at it two ways. Could be worse. Could be hearing bad reports, right?
No, I agree. I
would say I don't care about those either.
Could be Trey Lance yesterday. Yeah, I agree.
So Pat says, sheesh, if you're not sold, this team is significantly better than last year's 11 and 16, then we clearly are not seeing the same thing. I agree with you, Pat. Preach it, baby. I don't know.
We were 10-1 last year, weren't
we? Yeah, but we saw how that was going.
I mean, I'm just saying. Since the middle of the year last year, we haven't been very good.
So
we weren't very good.
So again, this is what happens.
Anybody.
This is what happens when you miss.
Like shit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what shit. The fact
so
that
guess
you
what?
miss
Everyone
is
tell
not
me
a
how
show.
great we are.
No.
If Hurts comes out and turns the ball over, then we ain't
75.
Great.
You missed 75 fucking shows this summer, right? So I'm gonna tell you what was said because you missed a lot. And what was said is something you never wanted to take account into, and neither really did I until I got to hear. Right?
Let's hear it.
And I started thinking about it. Super Bowl hangovers are real, babe.
Oh my god.
No, let me finish.
When you fucking win it.
No.
When you choke it, I'm not sure that it's real.
You're a moron. Because for years, yeah, because the loss for years has always hurt teams the next year.
You're just not good enough.
No. What I'm trying to say to you is it didn't look like it was affecting us because we were finding ways to be that way. But
we started 9-1.
Hold on, but when we were watching those games, we knew we were smoking mirrors. We were finding ways, which was good.
I give you that.
Which was good, but the hangover came at some point, and it came and it crushed us. Right? It crushed us. It should never did that. I'm not saying, oh, it's okay to collapse. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to have the down year, the year following the loss is normal. I'm not saying I'm okay with it. I'm saying that it's normal. It is normal to a point.
No
point.
Doesn't
make it acceptable. We're not accepting it. We're understanding of it. That's it. It's all we just did here. So I try to look at last year and say that a lot of people could have got fired over that, right? Quarterback could have went too. That being said, I have to give it, right? I have to we revamped the roster. We made it better. We made our upgrades where we needed to, right?
Now, they did pretty much everything I wanted them to do in the offseason.
That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. Like, Devin White was the guy that I was begging for, and people were like, oh, he's washed.
I said
he's 26.
I said we need a linebacker that can play. Devin White, when healthy, can play. That is factual. I said we need to get to the quarterback more. Now, I would have preferred adding a guy without subtracting the guy that had the most sacks on our team, but Bryce Huff, a lot of people are high on him. He seems to
that guy's a loser. That guy's a loser. I know he's a Philly guy, and I'm gonna say something real unpopular here. That motherfucker, because I got eyeballs. That dude checked out late in the season, and if you don't think he did, go back and watch it. I don't even need. You don't gotta tape me. You don't gotta all 22 my ass. I watched him quit on the football field last year, and if you tell me I'm a liar, you didn't watch, or you got a jersey above your bed. It's one of the two things. And I got no problem calling cats out when I see their true colors, right? And I love Hassan Reddick, right? I do. But what I watched him do last year, no. It's the worldwide leader.
Just called him a quitter. He probably don't love you.
Listen, Guys are scared to come on this motherfucker anyway. So because they keep it real, we're going to tell you how it is. Right, wrong, or different. Doesn't mean you're not tremendous. Doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean any of that. What I watch you do is quit. So for whatever reasons you may have had to quit, I watch it. You didn't get home on nobody last year. You could have came to our Thanksgiving Day football game and two-hand touch, and you weren't getting home on me. That's how bad you were down the stretch last year. So you wonder why we didn't get no pressure? He's a big part of that, why we got no pressure. And they weren't rolling coverages. They weren't double teaming his ass. They weren't doing none of that. He couldn't win. So you want to hold out and do all this? Howie Roseman said, see you later, right? Howie Roseman don't make mistakes like that. Now look at the Jets. So tell me that I'll say again, excuse my language again, that motherfucker ain't a quitter. Tell me he ain't.
Well, how he's treated so far with the Jets doesn't help his cause. Now, granted, they traded for him knowing he wanted a new contract, so the Jets kind of fucked up there too. Just pay the guy and get him into camp, but that's a whole screw up going on over there. Thank God we're not dealing with that. That's good.
And Tristan's right too. He's like, we freaking had Matt Patricia as our defense coordinator last year. They gave up clear. Well, plain and simple, I think is what he meant.
Well, I mean, who knows what was. Obviously, it was a disaster last year. Mid-season last year was a disaster. You know, we couldn't stop anybody. Then we're like, we're firing him. No, we're not really firing him. We're just replacing him. Disaster.
Oh yeah, Ernest Jones. Yeah, I like Ernest Jones. That's a good name too. I don't know. Like, I don't know why they would do that deal, but I mean, I'm all in. Pat says, I'm in, Tommy. What division win that is not enough? It's NFC title or Super Bowl or bust. Yep. I couldn't agree. We're gonna come on here and act like it's less than that, then we're not holding this offense to a standard in an offensive league. I'll say this, Wilson, I don't give a shit about this defense. In reality, it's an offensive league.
I mean, we got to win the division first. That's the first step of that.
Well, no, this is an offensive league.
Stepping stone.
Like, what I'm trying to explain to you tonight is I'm not letting this offense off the hook, starting with the quarterback. So
that's the big thing. I mean, listen, we said it right from the get-go. This is a humongous year for Jalen Hurts because everything is in play. Everything's in place.
If you think this is a huge year for Jalen Hurts, hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn your notifications on, stay with us all Eagle season as we get you through 13-4 and a glorious year here and another trip down Broad, which is coming, and Wilson won't be allowed there. You know what I mean?
I don't know why I wouldn't be allowed. I'm a fucking bigger fan than you. I'll check receipts. I don't think I've missed a game in 35 years.
Yeah, I don't miss games unless I'm working. Well, you work if you. How's that?
I mean, I don't know. I took a job where I wouldn't work. Well, that's not. I mean, I'm gonna miss the first game of the fucking year this year, but
not me. That's amazing too. Like, so now I wish I had the ability to select jobs over like the Eagles schedule. Like, whoa, would you slide across the table?
I can't believe they're playing on Friday. I fucking hate Roger Goodell. I really do. I hope someone gets stabbed. They got a game every night. I hope it goes so bad in Brazil. I hope someone gets stabbed to death. Not from our team, obviously. I'm not a fucking psychopath. Just a Packer.
Just Jordan Love. Pre-game. Love Daniel Harding. Umberto says, I agree with your take on the offense, Tom. Jalen better lead us to 30 a game with these weapons. I don't know how it doesn't. This is like when you go and play Madden and you.
I'll tell you how it doesn't. We run those plays that we ran last year. QB draw, wide receiver screen.
Listen, if we went and set
fumble.
If we went to the career mode in Madden right now, we wouldn't be able to get an offense this good without a defense being atrocious.
Yeah, I mean, listen, honestly, I would have been fine with every move and not even counting the Saquon move with our draft picks that we drafted, which they did what I wanted them to do. Like they got some depth in the secondary, they got some depth on the line. They did literally what I wanted them to do on draft day. And they went out and they got a linebacker like I want them to get, and they got a guy that gets after the pass rusher or the passer, which I want them to do. So even without Saquon, which I wasn't even like, oh, we got to get a running back. I thought we might bring Swift back. I think it was a good move, even without Saquon. And then you add Saquon to the mix, and it's like, yeah, I mean, obviously, we better score some fucking points. We have a very good offense on paper. And the Dotson move, I think, is a good move as well. I thought, I don't know, he had a weird year last year, but the Commanders had a weird year last year. But the year before that, he was great as a rookie.
I mean, I felt like he had a lot of like contested catches for touchdowns as a smaller guy too, which is what I like.
Oh yeah, he can go up and get the ball.
Like he's gone up and got the ball, and I think when to change the scenery too, coming to an established team with an established quarterback, I think is always a help. And listen, the matchups you're going to get playing with those two guys. So yeah. I mean, this just puts the offense over the top, and I'm not trying to overrate him. Makes sense? I'm trying to keep it in perspective, but perspective is like, who's better, him or John Ross? It's not even close. Who's better, him or the kid from Florida State that's 6'10"? Him.
Paris Campbell.
Okay. Like, Paris Campbell. He's better than Paris Campbell. So when you look at it, like, we're better. Like, we got better 48 hours ago or whenever it was, right? Like, we got better by making this move. Making this move, right? Because now it's like, well, when you go to try to take guys away, you can't take away AJ and then take away Devontae and take away Dotson and take away Saquon. You got to pick and choose. So you might go in a game saying we're going to take AJ away. Okay. There's a lot of guys on the football field that can still win. We talk about the National Football League to be able to win one-on-one matchups, right? That's the biggest thing. So when we look at our wide receivers that are left, if you went and took AJ out of a game, hypothetically, a lot of guys who can win one-on-one, including the tight end, including the running back. Like a lot of guys with the ability and the quarterback to win one-on-ones, right? They just do. So, like, I'm not trying to sell you to hop on my wagon. What I'm trying to say to you, again, is, or anybody out there that disagrees with this poll question, to circle back on it. After acquiring Dotson, the Eagles have the best offense in the NFL, agree or disagree, is not letting us off the hook, because that's how good it is. All we have is paper. All we have is paper before any season. No matter what you did the year before, we have the paper going in. That's all we have.
But we're also new, though. Like, to me, I think continuity is a big thing.
There's a lot of continuity here, babe. Come on.
I mean, we have it's a brand new play caller.
So Jalen doesn't have continuity coordinator. Okay, so Jalen doesn't have continuity with AJ and Devontae.
No, he should. I agree with that. But I'm just saying, like, if you're constantly changing the offensive coordinators, that's not a good thing. I would hope that this is the start of what's called being here for a while. Hopefully, you would hope Kellen would be here for a while now, right? If not, something's going wrong.
Oh, unless he takes the head coaching job somewhere.
Well, yeah, when they fire Nick. Right here. I'm not Nick Sirianni guy. I'm sorry. I'm not. I think that Nick Sirianni sucks. Yeah, I think he fucked up last year. I think he was the downfall of the squad. I would have fired him. But we'll see. See how this year goes. Yeah. Everyone trying to tell me like I'm down on the team. I'm not down on the team. I think we're going to win the NFC East. I'm not maybe not as high as everybody is at the moment. They can get me there.
It's the best offense on paper that we've ever had come into a season. Period. Simple. And the conversation.
Maybe best talent.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to keep going back to it. You're giving yourself that landing spot. That's what you're doing. You're allowing yourself.
I'm just being honest.
You are. You don't want to play in wearing like a bubble suit, like you got the poppers all over.
I'm
It goes down. That you're going to land. You think you're going to pop up.
I'm not the kid in Little Giants with the bubble wrap on him. Okay,
you're
I'm
bubble
just being honest.
You were bubble wrap. You're Little Giants bubble wrap right now. That's what you are.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, with a lot of bubble wrap on. You're honest. That's all. So when it goes down,
I'm not worried
Brian Wilson landed okay. He didn't get hurt this year. He didn't allow the excitement to hurt him. What happened is you're allowing everything on the outside and all the excitement, what you're doing here. I know you too well. You're allowing all the excitement to worry you.
I know you too well. I know what you're doing.
All the outside noise.
You do this every year.
That's came into your locker room. All the outside noise has circled its way into your locker room.
We're the greatest thing since sliced bread every year.
No,
doesn't matter.
No, we're not. This year we are. This year we better be. No. It's not me telling you we are. You're missing the point again. It's not me telling you they are. It's me telling you they better be. Why can't you jump on board with that? They better be.
I'm just saying.
You're just saying
I'm not
what?
sure. I'm not sure they are.
I'm not saying
You came in here saying that they're clearly the best team in the NFC. Like the fucking San Francisco 49ers don't exist, who own us and who have owned the NFC for the last few years.
Well, it's best offense.
Yeah. You think the Niners don't have a better offense than us?
No.
Okay.
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 Okay. I would take their receivers. I would take their tight end. I would take their running back. I would take their coach.
You take the receivers over R2? You're a
Yeah.
moron. You're a moron.
Well, if Ayuk's playing, yeah.
You're a moron.
Okay.
Well
That's
documented.
That's fine.
I remember my first night. You know what I mean? That's cute.
That's fine.
That's cute. That's what you're doing tonight.
I'm just saying. I think Ayuk's better than Devonta, probably not by much, but he is. And I think that AJ and Debo are kind of a wash. I think Kittle's better than Goddard, probably not by a whole lot, but he is. I think McCaffrey's better than Saquon, probably not by a whole lot, but he is. And then I would give us the nod at quarterback, but probably not by a whole lot.
You lost me early on here, so you're good. You're good. You have me lost real early. Like you can't go with the wide receivers being better than our tandem. I mean, I love you to death, but now you're just.
I mean, I definitely can.
Well, no, you can't because you just did big time.
Didn't they draft a wide receiver in the first round too? Pearsall? I think so. I'm just saying.
He's new. New doesn't matter.
He is new. I'm just saying. I never said that. He's got talent.
Yeah, you can't say Debo is better than AJ. Just stop.
I mean, Debo's pretty good.
He is good, but don't say he's better than AJ, please.
I mean, he does more than AJ though. AJ might be a better straight X receiver. Yes, but Debo, they hand the ball to him. They run him in motion. You saw last year, the couple games that he missed, they didn't play well. Like they do a lot with Debo. Debo is he's like the captain of their offense, basically.
Look at you. You got a little Montana bobblehead over there somewhere.
No, I've been watching that receiver show, which they have Debo on it.
Look at you. Look at you all ninered up. Look at you.
I'm not
Bay Area.
Bay Area
Willie.
Ninered up.
Hey, Bay Area Willie. There he is. There he is.
I love this.
I would love to say what I want to say, but I'm not going to say.
Say it. Say it.
I can't.
Say it.
Something can't be said.
Yeah, it better not be a bathhouse comment.
I mean, AJ's one of the best receivers in football. You're putting Debo up there with him. Okay.
Is Debo not? Have I missed something?
I don't think he's better than him. I think you're on some shit.
I love AJ's top 3 talent. That's great. That's awesome. I'm not sure that that's even true, but he's top. He's a top talented receiver, 1,000%. If you think that Debo Samuel's not, I don't know if you're watching fucking football.
Yeah, but I think he's on a different. I think he's different, bro. Like I don't.
He is different. I agree that he's different.
I don't even look at him as like a wide receiver. It's like weird.
But he is though.
I understand that.
And he's a good one. He's more of a playmaker, I would say, probably, but he is a very good receiver. I don't know. The fact that you just think that we're just.
I wouldn't say he's a very good receiver.
Listen, AJ Brown, as
great
great as he is, has a little too much diva in him for me.
Well, he's had over 1,000 yards once in his career.
He's hurt a lot. That would be his knock.
Okay, you can't tell me he's better than AJ Brown though. Like, just stop. That's all I'm trying to get you to stop. He's not though, because even like combining the numbers, he's not better. He had his great year in 2021. Yeah, those numbers are like better than everybody. All right, but that's it.
He scores a lot of touchdowns though. I like touchdowns.
I mean, he had a good amount last year because he had 5 in the running game, but he had 7 receiving. The year before that, he only had 2 receiving, and he only had 3 on the ground. So,
yeah, but I'm saying he missed a bunch of time, right?
He played 12 games, so it's not like he missed like that much.
Yeah, that's more than I thought.
You know, like I said, that 2021 year, absolutely, but I can't put him in the same conversation as a pure number one of the better like wideouts in the game right now. A guy on the cusp.
You think AJ Brown is top 5 wide receiver in the league?
I think he's close.
Okay,
I think he's close.
I think he's close.
Guy had 106 receptions last year.
5 to 7.
I mean, like I said, he had 106 receptions last year. He almost had 1,500 yards.
I mean, they play 18 games.
I understand.
They play 17 games. Everybody's
Okay.
100 catches.
Okay, but the season before that, when he had 88 receptions, he had 1,496 yards, 11 TDs. Like that's monster numbers. That's not even fair, right? That was 17 yards per play, right, per catch. Like that's monster in 2022, and that's followed up by a monster year. The only thing down was his touchdowns, but he had 7, right? I mean, but again, I think part of that was like the injuries, guys missing around them, stuff like that.
Well, Jalen ran a ton of touchdowns in that year.
True. So, I mean,
our receivers are all. I feel like our receivers, especially with the amount of TDs we get from the tush push, like we're always going to have less touchdowns than other receivers, in my opinion, because we just don't throw the ball 3 yards and in like a lot of teams do. You know what I'm saying? Like we score on the ground.
We got like 50 people watch this on YouTube. Let's go. Pound the like, hit the subscribe.
Pound the like.
Stay with us here. But no, AJ Brown's better than him.
If you think AJ Brown's top 3 receiver in the league, pound the like. If you don't, pound the subscribe.
I think he's
somewhere at 5 to 7. I would say. I would have Jefferson and Devontae and
Devontae who, Adams?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Devontae Adams is the best receiver in football, in my opinion. Best off the line. Doesn't matter who he's throwing the ball to him. He's going to have 100 catches and 1,500 yards. Justin Jefferson's probably number 2. And then you can go a lot of ways there. Jamar Chase might be 3. Like but AJ's up there. He's up there. The dude that just got drafted, he might be up there soon because he's a monster.
Yeah, I think if you put in AJ's year in 2022, he's top 3 in football. 16 games started, 1,500 yards, 11 touches, 17 yards a catch. That's video game numbers. You know what I mean?
7 touchdowns, though. But yeah, I think, he's right there. I would totally agree. That's
7 touchdowns this past year. I was talking about 2022.
Okay, 11 touchdowns.
Where he had 11.
Yes. I think we're in full agreement that there's a lot on.
I think year to year. I think
it's a lot on Jalen because we have some great guys. Yeah,
1, 2, 5. That's the year we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, CD, obviously, the reason I would probably put him 5 to 7 is because you can make a very good argument that, the 2 guys I already said, Devontae and Jefferson, and then Jamar Chase, and then CD Lamb. And I mean, if we're going strictly by the numbers they put up, video game numbers, as Tom would say, I mean, he was hurt last year, but Cooper Kupp, you can argue Cooper Kupp is right there.
Listen, it's an offensive league. There's a ton of Tyreek Hill.
There's a ton of guys. Yeah, a bunch of guys. Amon-Ra St. Brown has been
Jalen Waddle when he's healthy. I'm just saying,
Tyreek Hill. We didn't mention Tyreek Hill.
Pure talent, size. AJ Brown's the top 5 wide receiver in football.
Physical, if you're just talking about physical, imposing wide receiver, he's probably top 3.
Yeah, he's a matchup nightmare for opposing defenses because he has the speed that other guys do have too.
It's not like this guy's the size.
Yeah, it's not like this guy's running a 4.8 40 here. You know what I mean? This guy can move. He's got great feet. He's great off the line. You can't come up and bump him and expect to win that way, right? And if you let him get it going off the line, then he can take it over top of you. So he's a guy where, smaller guys, you can think about, hey, maybe bump him, really knock him off their spots, right? And hope you can win that way with small guys.
Yeah, Tyreek, guys like that, yeah.
And a lot of times you don't win that way either. But with him, you definitely win in that way. So now when you give him space, you're never winning a slant. That's the difference. You're never going to win a one-on-one slant on a decently thrown ball. You know what I mean? Just decently thrown ball. There's no way that you can get through that body.
I would say the biggest knock on him is that he occasionally gets a little loose with his drops. That would be his biggest knock, probably.
That's a knock. And when you go through all these guys, they all have them in different ways.
Yeah, they have some sort of knock, yes. Either their size or whatever it is. There's some
Justin
sort of
Jefferson
knock.
might not have a knock, period. But
he was hurt for a lot last year.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was the first time I think he's ever been hurt. I think on that receiver show he was saying it's the first time he's hurt since high school. So, but yeah. Devontae Adams is getting kind of old would be his knock, I would say. like Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, he's got he's got a little bit of that diva thing. Maybe a little bit
we're
of
also
whiner.
talking about coming into like a prime part of your career too, that 27 to 30 range for a guy like AJ, or 31 maybe, right? But you're coming into that window where you expect monster years, right? Too. So
yeah, I mean, for me, it's like 26 to 30 is like your absolute prime for a receiver. You know what I mean? That's when we should expect the most from you.
let's fuck with an algorithm here too. Keep pounding that like. Everybody over on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching. My peeps over on YouTube, my Eagles family. Let's go. Pound it. Fuck with an algorithm tonight. Let's go. All right, best offense in football.
Old school. Arnone Wilson, old school. You can go, this is like back to the what car did you have? Fuck, God, smoke more weed, Brian. Christ almighty.
Little Jetta?
Little Jetta action. Talking shop in the Jetta.
That was way back.
That's about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't want to date ourselves here, but about 25 years ago.
That's a minute. That was a minute ago. I mean, that really felt like a minute ago.
We were probably arguing that we had a good roster at that point, too. I'm not going to be completely honest with you.
Are we talking?
Jetta
01, 02, we were a pretty good football team.
Yeah, we were.
Coming to the end of our careers at the high school level, we were a good football team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phillies coming up in a minute here, Tristan, for everybody tuning in, waiting for some Phil's talk. But 32 likes now, 50 watching. Keep it going. Keep pounding the like. Hit the subscribe, baby. Come on. Stay with us. We've been doing this longer than everybody.
Stay with us.
That's the great thing about us.
Stay with us
too. We've been doing it longer than everybody.
Stay with us. It is funny though. I was looking at it the other day.
Patrick
I was watching the Little League World Series.
Yeah, real quick. Patrick asked a question, Sean Patrick. He said it's Red Sand. He said, what happened to some of the other guys that were on shows? I don't know. They had other things to do with their lives. They disappeared. So
yeah, what guys we talking? Who knows?
It doesn't. Yeah,
there's guys around, but there's guys that have left. Huh?
Yeah, life happens. So it's all good.
For the most part, though, at the summertime, guys miss shows. Not as obviously, there's not as much going on the last 2 months. But when the NFL season starts back up, I think you can expect me, Tom, Greg, and Sweeps for the majority of the shows. I would say. Yeah,
we'll be here.
Yeah.
Some of the other guys you're talking about on other shows that, like I said, people leave for whatever reasons. But whatever. What were you saying about Little League World Series?
Oh, no. Well, I was watching it the other day, and they were talking about Monet Davis. And I was like, I remember, we were in your basement, like, basically, that's like when I met everybody, like Sinsuti, who's still around. Shout out, Matt. Check them out. Flyers Talk. But, like, a bunch of those guys, that was the first time I met them. We were watching Monet Davis pitch in your basement. We were, like, having a meeting. That was fucking 2013, I think they said. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, we've been on this for a minute.
It's been a while.
So before we get out of here, Phil's Crumb in a week as well. And Phil's obviously take 2 or 3 from the Royals. And bats come alive last night. 18 hits, JT, two homers, 7 RBIs. Career high for him. And then the Phillies followed it up with 16 hits today.
And friggin' Stubbsy with a 4-for-4 day today. Like,
yeah.
The catchers had a great weekend. It was good to see. Obviously, win a series on the road was great to see. And now we come home, two big series at home, Houston and then Atlanta. If we play home, we play well on this little home stretch here. We can almost, I don't want to say nail in the coffin, but we get out to like another 8-9 game lead. You can almost pack it in that we're going to win the division. It's going to be really tough for them to come back at that point. Start September, 8-9 game lead would be really tough. So this is a big week. It's a big week for the Phils. Big week. Especially the 4, obviously, I think they're all night games too. I think we play Sunday night next week. I think we Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all night games. 4 at home against Atlanta. Big series. Big series. I lost you, Tommy. I don't hear you.
I love the way we finish up this road. I love the way we finish up this road trip to get us back to 500 on the road. there and go to 3
Even
and 3.
Friday night, we hit the ball well. We hit the ball. I think we had 12 hits. We hit the ball well. It just, I'm not sure how much longer they can let Taiwan pitch because he doesn't even look competitive out there. He can't get anybody out. Like, we're in a 6-1 hole so quickly Friday that if we're not in that hole and we're getting 12 hits and we're hitting the ball around, we might win that game. We might have swept the series. Like that. And, it's different when you just, maybe you miss a couple spots, you leave a ball up, you let up a homer. But when everyone's hitting the ball hard off you, no one. Like, he's not throwing the ball by anybody anymore. He used to.
No.
And everyone hits the ball hard off him. He obviously has no movement. He's leaving everything in the middle of the plate. Like, he can't pitch. I would bring Phillips back up and let him pitch. And Howard threw well today. He wasn't over the middle of the plate. Like, Taiwan Walker, if he's going to throw like that, which is how he's thrown every start this year, he can't pitch. That's just the facts of the matter. I don't care how much he's getting paid. I don't care. He can't pitch if he's going to pitch like that.
No, true. And Josh is right. I mean, Ranger did look, it was really encouraging.
Ranger looked good. Ranger looked very good. I thought he was hitting his spots. He looked like he tired out a little bit in the fifth, which is probably to be expected because, obviously he hasn't thrown. He's been off for about a month now. He hasn't thrown a ton. So that was to be expected. But, yeah, hopefully he can get back in the swing of things here and kind of look like he did early on because he was untouchable early on.
No, it was.
I'm still very confident in this team. I know we've been down about how we've been playing, but we still
rightfully so.
So yeah, obviously we haven't been great since the All-Star break, since maybe even mid-June. But we had great start. It helped.
Yeah, I just don't like, I know baseball is big ebb and flow, right? But it's like when they hit, they all hit as a group. And I know it's the most contagious thing in sports. I teach hitting every day.
Hitting is contagious.
Everybody new out here, right? Like, it's what I do per se. I'm not crowning myself. It's just what I do. It's how I make money, right? And, that's what I do. And it's the hardest thing to do in all sports. But, some of these ABs were just so downright awful, and when it's bad, it's like everybody's bad at once. That's what they have to work out. They have to find ways where, okay, like if
don't give at bats away. You know what I mean?
We can't have 1 through 3 with 7 punchies in a game. Like,
that's
that can't happen.
And like that can't happen too.
Yeah, that can't happen. Like, that's the kind of stuff that frustrates me.
The third game against the Braves, was a game that we could have easily won. We pitched well. We just couldn't hit the ball. And like Schwarber had 3 miserable at bats to that game. Harper had 2 hits in that game, but his last at bat was miserable, swinging at everything. Trey had 2 miserable at bats in that game. That's the kind of stuff that I need you locked in. Even if I need you battling, fouling balls off. I can't have you just. I hate the one-handed just swing. Like, if you're going to swing the bat, or else just leave it on the shoulder. Don't do that stupid one-handed. Even if I touch the ball, it's not going to be anything. Swing. I despise.
Or if you're not ready to compete in the box, just call
timeout.
Well, no, tap Skip on the shoulder and say, hey, you know what? I didn't get a pinch hitter in for me. You know what I mean? I'm not ready to compete today. And I say it to guys all the time at the lower levels. Somebody don't come to the field ready to compete. Just do us all a favor today. Help everybody help you. Be a great teammate. That's what great teammates do. You woke up and you don't feel ready to go, then help us. Help us, because then, you know what? You have a seat, and maybe game 2 you're ready to go. But game 1 you're not. And that's a great teammate.
I love that comment out of Lynn's right there, though. Big fan of that comment. I don't like how your son is a Braves loving fan. I don't like that, but love the comment.
I know Lindsay for a long time, and I've coached her son for a long time, and I know he's a Braves fan. I don't know why.
Acuna fan?
I think he just did it on purpose. I think he did it. I think he was did it on purpose. But he might be getting closer over here. We keep winning. You get him over.
We gotta get him over. We gotta get him over. We gotta get him over.
Gotta get him over.
Gotta get him over. Get him over.
Josh said, do you think Harper's healthy? Well, Josh, here's another one, right? Because if he's not, then it's this again. It's a tap on the shoulder. Hey, Skip, you know what? I'm not helping us. I think he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
I think his dog days of summer, but his dog days have been really bad. I mean, the power numbers are nowhere there.
He just hasn't been hitting any homers. Well, we haven't been hitting any homers as a team.
Are you blaming yourself? Or are you blaming Lenny for that? Who are you blaming on that one? Don, what was your Eagles record again? Oh, I'm 13-4, babe. Come on, Don.
11-6.
Yep. And Wells feels like he lives in Detroit now. He's gonna always have a landing pad. You know what I mean?
Don, first off, Tom thinks that your team stinks. I think he said that.
No.
I don't know if you were here for the start of the show, but he was like, "Yeah, the Lions stink."
I
That's the
didn't
first
say
thing he
that.
said. That's the first thing he said.
That's an
He was like,
11-win
"Eagles are
team.
great. Lions stink."
You want to know what an 11-win team looks like? The Lions. That's the Detroit Lions. Good team. Good team. They're good.
I
11-win team.
I like how you did that.
Yeah, but you're right. Monster series coming up with Houston and Atlanta.
Yeah, Houston's been playing good ball.
Houston's actually bigger to me than Atlanta. And you know what? Our biggest problem is I mean, is Jose Alvarado velo down too?
I mean,
I don't know.
Jose Alvarado is. I'm not sure that we can trust him in a tight game.
It's not what I just asked you. It's not what I asked you.
It could be down, but I feel like it's been kind of down all year. Like he hasn't been pumping 100 all year. He's been kind of about 96, 97.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen the 100 more earlier on. I'm not seeing it.
Maybe. I mean, I thought he looked pretty good 2 days ago. Today he got out of the inning. He had a good strikeout in there. He also, I mean, Salvador Perez hit a ball that's probably a homer in most parks because it was high off the wall. But yeah, I don't know. He's been giving up a lot of long balls, and which means he's in the middle of the plate a lot.
It would just
or he's walking fucking everybody.
Yeah, it'd be huge for us for him to like find it again. I just can't count on it, right?
No, I don't know. I don't know that I can.
Now Matt Strom's your first lefty out of the pen in those matchups, which again I don't like as much as 101 sinker Alvarado, right?
I agree.
Prefer 101 sinker, but you know, Strom's not a bad other lefty to be able to go to in that situation. You know, Estevez I like. So I'm not really worried about the closer role like that. I think he's fine.
I like Hoffman.
I do.
Estevez has. I'm not sure. I mean, I need him to be better than he's been, just because I don't know. He's gotten out of it so far, pretty much, but it's been a little nerve wracking on a few of these. Even the game against the Braves that we won on Wednesday was a little nerve wracking.
Can we just shut him down for 2 weeks?
3 weeks? Alvarado?
Yeah, like why can't we just do that?
Quick 10-day IL. I mean, they could just throw him on a 10-day IL, yeah.
Why not? Why not give that arm a breather and see if he comes back? Because I'm telling you, he's not locating too, because he's not throwing 98 plus. So now you don't know what to trust. He's trusting pitches. He don't trust like that. I mean, it's a 98 plus sinker that I've not seen hit 98 in a long time.
No, he's been like 95, 96.
And guys can't make that kind of adjustment midseason. If you lose your velo, midseason, it's hard to adjust like that, pitcher-wise, right? So now you're not trusting Wills, right? Now you're not trusting. You're trying to be perfect.
Maybe you're trying to be perfect, yeah.
Yeah, now I can't locate. It's a real simple formula to what's happening because he's been really great with location for, I want to say, almost 2 years now. Since that one, like, he had to get sent down.
We sent him down, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it hasn't been an issue. No, he'll have his moments. Everybody does. He'll have his moments where you can't locate, but it hasn't been this bad up until, obviously, when it's been this bad.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
So that's to me.
It's bad. It's been bad, like glaringly bad recently.
Bro, I lose my bullet, and I'm in a gunfight with a knife. Like, I ain't locating that knife right. I'm not giving the guy an out. I'm just saying, like, we got eyeballs here. We got so many analytical fucking nerds around the game of baseball, and nobody can bring the computer into my fucking office and tell me, Tom, you know what I just watched, Tom? You know what's coming up on my computer? His velo's down 4 miles an hour. Oh, you know what? Maybe we should let him breathe for a second. Because if you ask a guy how he feels, and every report on Jose Alvarado is how great of a teammate he is, right? Like, if you really hear about Jose Alvarado, you wouldn't never hate him. You would never hate him. That's the problem. He's like the anti-hate guy. Everybody loves him, right?
Yep.
Like workers around the ballpark love him. Like, it's a lot of love for Jose. So he's a guy that Rob Thompson really wants to get right for more reasons than just needing him, right? Like, that's how good of a guy he is. So, you know, but you lose that, man. It's hard. It's hard. So
Sit
why you
Jose
not breathing?
Down? Let that arm breathe.
You know what, Don? Wilson can probably the only guy around me that can attest to that. That's not my style. I definitely wasn't a bully. No. Not how I operate.
No. Asshole, maybe. I wouldn't say bully.
No, just the Wills. See, people don't like real. So, like, if Tom was real with it, then he's an asshole.
First off, we just go back and forth. There's no bullying. I'll beat Tom up if I wanted to.
Yeah, it's probably true. I just don't know how I'm getting in on the body. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know how I'm getting. It's such a big length difference. I'm a 6'2" guy. I'm a 6'2" guy wondering how I'm getting in on the body because the guy's 6'6". So there's a lot more length there. I would never, with a guy taller and bigger than me like that, you would never say, yeah, I got that fight, because all it takes is one lengthy right that get, that's a long one. Those long ones, they stink for a minute. I don't know how I get up in them. I gotta, I gotta get here.
You gotta be like you gotta be old school Tyson. You gotta get in there.
Yeah, it's like Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh, great game. Great game. Actually wore Mike Tyson's Punch Out shirt on the boardwalk this week. Got a few compliments on it. Felt good. Sure also felt like I was dating myself with it, but I felt good about it.
Yeah, you were, and it does.
It was good. I mean, everyone that gave me comments had to be at least 35. So yeah.
Yeah. You know your clientele.
Oh yeah, I know what we're shooting at.
Yeah, you're not trying to get the 18-year-old girl to be like, great shirt.
Yeah, no,
I mean, like, yep, that's a problem. You know what I mean?
I don't need her talking to me anyway.
No, that's yeah, wasn't going there. Wasn't going there, I mean, why not? You know what I mean? For your sake. You know what I mean? Like why not? 18. I didn't say like, hey, 17-year-old girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kept this professional.
Kept it professional.
For you, you're a single man. I'm not talking about me.
I am.
I'm saying, like, for you, like, maybe start wearing the shirts that great shirt.
18's too young.
Yeah, it is. It's 22, 24.
26.
Yeah, 26 is like too
26.
young too.
26 is. I mean, it sounds too young, but I can at least be like, okay, it's 26.
26. adult brain. Right?
Adult, yeah, not
adult
child, brain. Not watching TikTok. They might be watching TikTok.
Probably watching TikTok.
Who the
probably
watching?
Wanda Franco talked that nonsense. Wanda Franco.
No Diddy, Don. No Diddy.
We'll go Wilson the mailman.
No Diddy. Carmelo talk. Jesus, that's rough.
The mailman. He still gets honored. It's amazing. Like, could you imagine? Like, I still gets honored.
Yeah. Well, he was at Louisiana Tech. Is that where he was? He got like a 13-year-old pregnant when he was at Louisiana Tech. I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, I think he played for the Eagles. That guy. What was his name? Demetrius Bell. Was it Demetrius Bell? Was that his name?
But how's that even possible? And Demetrius Bell goes on to be an NFL player even for a minute. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeans.
Decent
Thanks, Matt.
Decent jeans.
I'm not doing this.
It's probably the only thing he gave him. It's the only thing he gave him.
I don't want to do this tonight when we go into the
This is bad.
It's
not that late yet. That's close enough midnight.
It's close, but things can get set here. You know what I mean? Things can get set.
Listen. No Diddy, no Malone. Okay, calm down. No Diddy, no Malone talk. I went to the wharf this week. All right, I was going to the old spots. I wasn't looking for younger. No tacos and tequila for me. All right, I was at the wharf. I was at 2 Mile Landing.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks a lot, Dad. Would have loved the card. We'll take the jeans.
We'll love the card.
We love the birthday card. We love the hug.
We'd love for you to come back after the milk run. You know what I mean?
He didn't even go on a milk run.
He went on a mail run.
He said, stop. I gotta stop.
Yeah. I gotta stop. We gotta remember.
He sent the mom back to junior high.
Oh my God, stop. Stop. What are you doing?
I mean, she was 13. That's facts. I'm not even making that up. You can look it up. But it's wild, though. I think they have a statue of him, I think, somewhere.
Yeah, like, how's that?
Maybe 2 spots. There might be one in Utah and Louisiana Tech.
That's what I'm saying. Remember how this all started? It's like, how are these guys, like, these guys are beloved.
Oh, I understand.
Maybe not Wanda.
When it was like 3 years ago, and it was tear down statue season. How did we let the Karl Malone statue stay? I just don't get it. I don't know.
How'd the mailman go? Like, undetected.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Pete Rose banned. Pete Rose banned from gambling, but it's really banned from.
Karl Malone says. I don't know. I don't know how we ever looked at one.
I want to know what Karl Malone says.
Got blinders on for that one.
Yeah. All right. Crumb of the week.
Karl Malone. No. Oh, shit. Crumb of the week. So I got a good one or off the rip?
Yeah, I got one.
All right, yeah, go. You go.
I got one. So it's like a combine. It's like a double.
James Franklin Revenge Tour. I wish Greg was here to respond to that.
Well, I mean, Luke's up there right now. So I mean,
Greg is just not a James Franklin guy. So much not a James Franklin guy. I honestly, careful Penn State, because I think West Virginia might be pretty good. That's a tough game. First game at West Virginia. Careful. Cuse might be back. Careful. Careful.
So two Crumb. So I took Cass the Monster Jam yesterday, right? And it's on me. Like, I didn't realize the Eagles
Little
preseason
monster
game.
truck. Why? I'll cut you off, but it's part of the story. Why did the Eagles play at 1 p.m.? When's the last time we played a 1 p.m. Saturday preseason game? I can't remember one.
Yeah, why is that not
weird? Strange, very strange. You know what? I think they were doing a lot of concerts here last week while the Phillies were away. Like I think there was Bruce played at maybe Citizens Bank Park or the Link. Like, I think there were some concerts that night, so maybe that was one of the reasons. But still, very strange to play a 1 o'clock preseason game. Very weird.
Yeah. So what they do here is they got that at 1. They got the monster truck at 12:30. So when I leave at 11:15, I'm like, all right, I'll be there plenty early, right? And then the GPS just keeps kicking back. And then at one point, it was like a half a mile to go, and it was 25 minutes. All right, that's how bad it was. Where I don't get to the seat till like 1:15, right? Really bad, maybe even 1:30. So all that being said, you close off the Wells Fargo, the Eagles parking. Period. That all goes and funneled, and this is easy 101. It all gets funneled into the Link and then the CBP. You don't need the third fucking parking lot that has an event going on anyway. Because why I'm jammed up? It's because it took me 25 minutes on the U-turn on Broad to get into the Wells Fargo.
I don't understand. I mean, I'm on board with you. I don't really care. I just don't understand how there was that many people. Like, are we sold out for preseason game 3? Is that a sold out game? Like, who is going to preseason football games is what I want to know.
But you get 20K down there. It's a lot.
Oh, I agree. I just don't. I'm amazed that it was that packed.
Well, it's not that packed. Like 20K when it holds 60 is nothing. But it's still a lot of people.
I just for everyone to be parking in in the Wells Fargo lot, I feel like there's a lot. That makes it like there's more people there. I feel like I don't know. I would say though, I know you were saying like, oh, these people tailgating before a preseason game. I mean, if I was going to a preseason game, I better be drunk.
Yeah, well, of course.
Preseason football. I don't know. I understand if you got young kids and you don't want to spend it on the regular season football, and it's easy to go to a preseason game in the summertime and all that. That's all well and good. That's fine. But besides that, whoever else is going, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, and the other guy.
Preseason football's awful.
And the other.
Can I go watch shitty football? No, thank you.
Yeah, and there's your Crumb. There you go. You got it out of the way. Preseason football.
Awful. Awful. Preseason football could be my Crumb. Awful. So what time did you get out of there?
No, like 2:30. Yeah. Got a little bit of it.
Hour and a half drive for an hour, basically. Yeah. That's great.
When it was like a 2-hour show, and it ain't for me. Like, I give 2 shits about monster trucks. That ain't my thing. But for him, who loves it, like, it was something we're doing together. Like, wanted to take him. And again, could give 2 fucks about monster trucks, but it's things I wanted to get for him. Like, there's only like monster trucks you can only get there. Right? Like, you know what I mean? I wanted to get him stuff where I can't get it at Target.
Gravedigger there?
He said
I'm just trying to think of classics. I know Gravedigger is a classic.
Gravedigger is a classic. Oh, the other Crumb is the two gentlemen that almost threw fists for bumping into each other in the Wells Fargo Center for that event with kids around. To the point where I said to the one guy, "We're doing this here, huh?" So I yelled out, "We're doing this, okay."
Monster truck show, guys.
Yeah.
I know.
I know a couple of you guys that would probably drive around in one too. Couple of you two bumped into each other, definitely drive around in a monster truck.
Yeah.
So you're here more for yourself than you're here for your kid.
Couple heroes.
That's my crumb. My crumbs. All the Eagles had to do was not open up the Wells Fargo to the parking, and I would have got in 25 minutes earlier. Would have still hit traffic, which again didn't realize they played because I give 2 fucks about preseason. I didn't realize they played.
Yeah, that's not on you. I'm
1
fine
o'clock.
with that. I had no idea until you said it. I think complaining. I had no clue that they were playing at 1 o'clock. No idea.
Well, I didn't move from Deffert to the Wells Fargo Center. I didn't move. Like, I don't know how I got there. No clue how I got there. I didn't move.
That's great.
Yep.
That is great.
No movement. So, is that your crumb?
I got another crumb I thought of real quick. I don't know who I would even blame for this. It might be the pandemic still. Just everyone's a pussy since the pandemic. But why does the Wildwood Boardwalk close at 11 p.m.? I don't get it. When I was younger, it used to be open till 1 a.m. Now it's open till 11 p.m. Doesn't make any sense. I hate it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Everyone sucks. That's why.
Well, yeah, there's terrible people out there. You know, when you say,
you don't have issues with like young kids like starting issues.
Yeah,
I think that's part of it too. But
that's a big part of it. But you have nieces and nephews, right? You don't have you don't have a kid like myself that is 3 and a half.
Yeah, well, I was up there with the nieces and nephews. They were running around.
Well, he's like, well, why are you yelling at that guy when I'm driving? I'm like, because people are assholes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying, I'm not telling you everybody is, but there's a lot of assholes out here, bud. Like, I know you got to live it. You got to live it yourself, and you got to go through. But I'm just giving you the help now that you can go into it knowing a lot of assholes out there. Don't need you you don't need to be calling anybody an asshole.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. They're just they're there.
We got an inside cursing zone only here. You know what I mean?
They're there. They are there.
I'm trying to pull that off, but yeah, we got an inside cursing zone only.
I like that. Curse around dad only.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out in pre-K when he's like, this motherfucker. And I'm like, oh my God. Get that call. I told you. He zoomed by the dog the other day on a scooter. A dog came inside the house and he's like, surprise, motherfucker. And I'm like, yeah, we don't, come on. Love it.
Like, great. Yeah, love it. Great love Dexter line. Surprise, motherfucker. But maybe leave that one at home.
Yeah, leave it at home. All right. Well, great show. The Wall says, yeah, we killed Nolan. It was a luxury pick. It's never, but that second pick, if you have 2 first-round picks, it's never luxury. You want to hit both.
Yeah, I love to hit both.
But this is a big year for him, right? Like the show
big year. Got to show a pulse at least.
Yeah, we definitely should have drafted Branch. That would have been a better pick. But
yeah, definitely a better pick. I mean, we should have drafted Jefferson. There's a lot. We can go back with what coulda, shouldas in a lot of these drafts. But yeah. Nolan Smith right now is glaring because you haven't really seen a pulse from him. He's got to show a pulse this year. Got to show some stuff.
Absolutely.
For sure. And I need N'Kobe to show some stuff this year. Stay healthy. Stay on the field.
Brian says he's cool with Nolan. He's a Madden demon. He's great at Madden. Nolan. All right. Great show. It's been Agree, Disagree. We're brought to you every Sunday by our doc.
Don.
Make them yours. Accept most major insurances. Specialized physical therapy.com is where you can find them. Go check them out. Located in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It's Brian Wilson over there. I'm Tom Arnone. We'll see Greg Mwakovic and Uncle Sweeps back next week. And 'tis the season. Football is upon us, baby. And let's effing go. And we'll have a
Yeah.
No, we won't.
What? Next week?
Yeah, we'll have a game to lead into. We're not there yet.
No. Yeah, we'll be. We got about 12 days. 12 days. Or so. 11 days until it actually starts, and then 12 days until we play because we play that Friday, which is weird. But hey, let's go get a win in Brazil, huh?
Yep, and don't be Carmel.
Good game. It should be a good game.
Yeah, that's what we'll dive into it next week. Agree, disagree. Hit the like, subscribe. If you haven't, turn your notifications on. We'll see everybody next week. Thanks for tuning in. We love you. We appreciate you. College football is back too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.